Hey guys, today we're going to be working on place value, focusing on ones, tens, and hundreds. We are going to touch on thousands, but it's not going to be a huge part of this. Our essential question is, how do we understand place value? Our I can statement is, I can fluently add and subtract within 100 using my understanding of place value and the properties of addition and subtraction. Alright, the first thing we're going to work on is fluency. Now, I don't like the way these are set up, so I'm going to set them up an easier way for me to solve it. So on top, 165 plus 75. So we have to make sure that we are looking at the sign so we know what to do. 5 plus 5 equals 10, so I need to carry my 1 over to the tens place and drop my 0 in the ones. Now I can move into the tens place. So what's 7 plus 6? So I'm going to put 7 in my head and count up 6 more. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, plus the one we carried over is 14. So I'm going to carry over 1 again and drop the 4. And then we move over to my hundreds. 1 plus 1 is 2. So my answer is 240. Okay, now we're going to move on to 945 subtract 673. I'm going to go ahead and set this up the same way. 945 minus 673. 5 minus 3, 3, 4, 5 is 2. 4 minus 7, I can't do it, so I need to regroup. I'm going to go over to the 9. It's now an 8, and my 4 is now a 14. So 14 minus 7, I'm going to count down from 14 until I get to 7. 14, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. So that is 7. And 8 minus 6 is 2. So our answer is 272. Okay, so the next one is 727 plus 83. I'm going to go ahead and set this up. Can't forget to look at our sign. So now we have 7 plus 3. So 7 in my head, 8, 9, 10. So I have to carry my 1 and drop my 0. 2 plus 8, 8, 9, 10, plus the one we carried over is 11. So I have to carry 1 over to my hundreds place and drop 1 in my tens. 7 plus 1 is 8. So my answer is 810. All right, now we're going to move on to a word problem. Remember, when we're working on word problems, we read, draw, and then write. So let's start with the reading. Emily's team won the basketball game. The final score was a 3-digit number. There was a 5 in the ones place, a 9 in the tens place, and a 2 in the hundreds place. What was the final score? Okay, so now that we've read it, we need to go and draw our picture. So what I'm going to draw to help me out is my place value chart. So I'm going to start with my hundreds, tens, ones, and then draw my lines. And now I can start solving it. I'm going to go through and read and find what number is in which place value. So there is a 5 in the ones place. I'm going to go to my ones and write a 5, a 9 in the tens, and a 2 in the hundreds. So I can see that my number is now 295. All right, now we're going to move on to comparing whole numbers with the greater than or less than sign. Remember, when we're comparing numbers, we want to start at the highest place value first. So in this case, it's our hundreds. Now let's look at the first two numbers. We have 394 and 397. First thing I'm doing is looking at the hundreds place. They both, I can see over here, both have 300s. So I'm going to move on to my tens. Both have 900s. So that means I need to now move on to my ones place. I have a 4 and I have a 7. Well, I know 7 is bigger than 4. So 394 is less than 397. All right, moving on. So we're going to compare 467 to 407. Let's look at the hundreds place first. Both of them have a 4 in the hundreds place. So we need to move on to the tens place. Well, this one has a 6 in the tens, and this one has a 0 in the tens. I know 60 is greater than 0. So 467 is greater than 407. All right, moving on. 384 compared to 843. Super easy. We start with the hundreds place. 3 in the hundreds and 8 in the hundred. We can easily compress this and say 300 compared to 800. 800 is bigger. So 384 is less than 843. Go into the last one. We have 899 compared to 900. I can go to my hundreds place. 800 or 900. Well, I know 800 is smaller than 900. So 899 is less than 900. All right, guys, the last thing we're going to be working on today is expanded form. We need to take these numbers and put them into standard form. So we're going to start with the first one. So I like how it says 6 hundreds plus 6 tens plus 14 ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put each number in standard form and add them together. 6 hundreds is going to look like this. 600 plus 6 tens, which is 60, plus 14 ones. Now look, we can see that there's more than just ones in my 14. So 0 plus 0 is 4. 0 plus 6 plus 1 is 7. And there's nothing below or above 6, so we can just bring that down. So for 600, 6 tens and 14 ones, my answer is going to be 674. Okay guys, I'd like you to do the last 4 on your own. I'm going to post the PowerPoint along with this video so you can look at that. Have a great day, and I will talk to you guys on Friday. Bye!